Hi Libra, welcome to your week ahead tarot with me, Raphael from Radiant Reality. It's an absolute pleasure to have you. Thank you so much for being here. Thank you so much for joining me. So let's have a look at your key to the week this week. You have... All right. The Star card, love it. Okay, so hope, joy, optimism for the future are all the things that are available to you this week, including in all of these different areas, little glimpses this week of the good things to come or where the path that you're currently on leads you. Now, one of the beauties of that kind of energy is if you get a glimpse of where a certain path or a certain action, a certain job, a certain relationship, etc. is going, you have the ability then to course correct, right? At that point, you can then say to yourself, okay, it's time to go somewhere different. It's time to do something different. It really is up to you. So the power really is in your hands this week. There is also an optimism in the Star card, and potentially as well, there could be different ways or uses of technology in all of these different areas of life that can be absolutely life enhancing or affirming. With that said, I would like to bless my decks of cards with the forms of love, light, peace, prosperity and abundance, and I pray that the messages that come through are ultimately clear and concise. They help us, or should I say help you all on your path to your highest vibrational good. So for your key to you've done the key, Raph, come on. For your actions and options, you've got the Page of Pentacles. So when it comes to your work, your job, your profession, your career, this week you could be taking actions, or should I say the actions that you're taking are certainly around job, work, career, maybe even around finances. There's something about it that feels that much more fated this week, right? You get a little feeling that, you know what, this feels like it's linked to my purpose. This feels like what I'm supposed to be doing. It feels like where I'm supposed to be taking things or where I'm supposed to be going from here on in. When it comes to the options that are available to you, there are chances to study, specifically study online, right? So some kind of digital course, online course, etc. is a really good way for you to go this week. There's something that you are able to learn in the online sphere that will probably translate into earning more money or will at least directly impact your earning potential, which is really, really great. For your communications and conversations, you've got the Four of Swords. So whatever you are working on, this is behind the scenes stuff, right? Whatever these glimpses are, whatever new technology you're bringing into your work sphere, whatever course you are studying at the moment online, this is a time to keep your mouth shut, all right? This is, not in a bad way, but this is a time where, because the Four of Swords is a waiting, patience and stillness card. It's a do nothing card. And because this is in your communications, this is not the week to be talking about what you're doing. It's a week to be doing what you're doing, all right? So this is one of those, I wouldn't say nose to the grindstone, but this is definitely a time to do less of this and more of the hustle, right? More of the work, more of the grind. And that doesn't have to be grind and hustle. It just has to be that you're doing it rather than talking about it. When it comes to your studies, or those of you that are in academia, I actually really like this for those of you that are studying, especially if there is a technological or a digital element to the course that you're studying. I really like this for you being able to see almost immediately how this will be applicable not only in your own life or in your work, but in your own life. Now, the Four of Swords is a weight card, and so I will say this is probably not the best week to, again, start sort of getting... Like at the moment you're in the initial stages of gathering the information. It's probably not the right time to be jumping straight in and yeah, I'm going to use all of this now. There's still work to be done. All right, you're just getting a glimpse. Remember that. When it comes to those of you that are employed by somebody else, I think this week you're staying put, right? There's no changing of jobs. And I think through that kind of sitting still and learning what you're learning, because there's a new layer to what you're doing at the moment. And I think a lot of that seems to be showing up as you, what's the word that I'm looking for? It's like whatever whatever you are working on at the moment within the scope of the job it's giving you like a view to the longevity, right? It's you kind of looking at it and saying, yeah, you know what, this actually feels like what I'm supposed to be doing right now. You're feeling good, but you're not really talking about it. You're just kind of getting on with it and taking it all on board. For those of you that are business owners, entrepreneurs, solopreneurs, people that work for themselves, this is about figuring out how to assimilate some form of technological advancement or idea into the work that you currently do. This is about using or leveraging the power of technology, or even potentially, so AI, things like that, but also potentially this is about you leveraging social media in some regard. It's the Four of Swords, so you're not doing anything yet. You're just gathering the information. You're just getting ideas about how this is going to work, all right? Finally, when it comes to those of you that are retired and no longer working for any number of reasons, the Four of Swords is asking you to take the rest, right? And across the board, actually, for all of you, take the rest. This is the message, right? Take the rest, take the recuperation, because when this card shows up, it's a heads up from the universe to say, you have a moment to rest now, and I would take it because you're going to be quite busy later on, like moving forward. When it comes to your relationship, so your partnership, significant other, you have the Four of Wands, right? So celebrating with the partner for something, which is lovely. But then you've got the Four of Swords and the Four of Wands. So 2 fours represents insomnia. So there's something about the relationship and the work life, how they mesh or don't mesh, how they kind of sort of, go butt heads to take your time and your attention in some regard, that potentially is causing sleepless nights. It could be that you're working late into the night on a project of some sort, into the twilight. That's very possible. And it could also be that you and your significant other are spending time with each other into the twilight because of a time zone clash, right? So if your significant other is currently traveling, or you are currently traveling, this could be that you're staying up all night to speak to each other because you're at completely different opposite ends of the time spectrum. Now, that being said, when it comes to the relationship itself, the Four of Wands is a very good card. It means that the relationship is good, the relationship is strong, there's a lot of joy here, there's a lot of happiness. With the Page of Pentacles, it's almost like you can see how your partner either, maybe not necessarily fits with your purpose, but definitely drives you towards achieving it. Sorry, I've got something in my eye. It's driving me insane. And it's also possible on the other end of the spectrum that and then for those of you that are single, this could be a party that you are invited to that goes really, really well. To be honest, because the Four of Swords is there, maybe you're not talking to that many people, but the level of quality of conversation and connection that comes out of it could absolutely be wonderful. All right, before we get into it, for your money and materials, remember the Lunar Lacuna is open if you want to be a part of that. So you join when you want, you can leave when you want. You don't have to, locked in for the rest of your life, right? But it's manifesting with the cycles of the moon. We're going to be using energy work. It's going to be a lot of fun. It's going to be really creative, and it's going to be really, really great. So if you want to be a part of that, there's lots of links in the description that will show you how, and also what it's all about. For your money and materials, you have the Knight of Pentacles. So the thing that you're likely to be spending money on this week is your car. For some of you, it looks like you could be getting a tricked out car, or potentially it looks like some of you might be switching to electric this week. So if that's you, hey, but get that Tesla money, honey. Right, it looks like some of you might be going down that route, which is phenomenal. The other way that this potentially shows up is the Knight of Pentacles is a long money card, right? And next to the Star card, which literally represents the future, whatever you are focusing on or working on this week or assimilating into your life, you realize very quickly that this is how you are going to be making your money for the foreseeable future. It really speaks to the new way that you're making money and the longevity of that way of making money. So I love this for you. When it comes to your physical health and vitality, watch out for your knees and your shins, especially for those of you that have got things like shin splints, For those of you that have had knee replacements, etc., it looks like potentially this week as well, some of you could be having things like ultrasound or infrared on your knee, like, you know, or maybe like the, you know, where they do the imaging and stuff. That's all very possible as well. When it comes to your home and environment, well, the Knight of Pentacles, again, either one of you or both of you, or if you're single, then you're not spending time at home this week because you're on the road. There's something else that has your time, your effort, or your energy right now. So interesting stuff. Let me know in the comments how it shapes up. I wish you an abundance of all of that good stuff. Take care, and I'll see you soon.